Nominees of the National Honor Society, parents and friends, as president of the Livingston chapter, I'm happy to welcome you to our annual induction. Our parents here this evening are especially honored as their sons and daughters participate in our ceremony, which pays tribute to service, leadership, character, and above all, to scholarship. Those traits which create reasoning and responsible adults in a healthy and just society. We are grateful to our parents who have inspired and encouraged us, and to the many teachers who have imbued us with the intellectual curiosity, skepticism, and an enthusiasm for knowledge. We sincerely hope that the presence of the Honor Society in our school will place in proper perspective the regular and faithful performance of academic work and will enhance its worthiness in the estimation of the student body. The principles of the National Honor Society will now be explained to you. The candle burning here before you represents the flaming torch, the epitome and synthesis of all our goals. The unlighted candles are symbolic of the 4 requirements upon which election to this society is based. The wardens of these 4 principles, scholarship, character, leadership, and service, will in turn define the meanings of their stations.
Scholarship, supreme and primary. Will you speak first?
Scholarship is a commitment to learning. A student is willing to spend hours in reading and studying because he knows the lasting benefits of a curious and cultivated mind. We hope to continue to learn, even when our formal education is ended, for we honor wisdom, and we know it can be acquired only through our own diligence and effort. Learning is a lens through which we observe the past, its glories, and its disasters. Learning is a lamp which illuminates the future and the many paths lying before us. Learning lays bare the vast treasures of humanity's heritage and lends us to wisdom, if we understand what we have learned. We hope that the pursuit of knowledge will be, for us, a never-ending feast.
Warden of Characters, will you now approach? Character is the positive force in each person, which makes one an individual distinguished from all others. Without self-pride, no person can have self-respect or hope to earn the respect of others. It is this force of character which guides us through life, responding with heroism, understanding, sympathy, or tolerance to the demands upon us. It is achieved and not received. It is a daily striving of self-discipline so that choices are based on morality and decency and not solely upon self-interest or opportunism. We must really be what we wish others to perceive us as. By demonstrating this in our daily lives, we may hope to prove by example our respect for character.
Warden of Leadership, will you now approach? We are challenged today, as never before, in a desperate search for leadership, for men and women who combine that indefinable charisma with wisdom, character, and a desire to serve. The price of leadership is sacrifice, a willingness to yield one's personal interests to the interests of others. Not every person is gifted with the capacity to lead. To those who are, we say, you have a great talent and an even greater responsibility. Use your talents wisely. Let mankind be the beneficiary of better society which your efforts can bring about. You have shown leadership in your school life. Accept the greater challenge after you leave these halls and continue to be leaders of whom we can all be proud. sergeant of service, will you please approach?
Join hands with me, and together let us serve. A willingness to help and an unselfish devotion make life better, happier, more fulfilling as we set together for the common good. To lose oneself in enthusiasm for good and vital purposes without thought of recompense or remuneration bring its own rewards. Service does not flaunt itself. It is the simple giving and sharing of one's energies and one's abilities wherever there is need. The gift of ourselves is our commitment to a better tomorrow. Much has been given to us. We would like to give as much as we can to others.
Warden of Emblem, will you now approach? The emblem of the Honor Society is the keystone and the flaming torch. The keystone bears in its corners the letters C, S, L, and S, which stand for the 4 principles of this organization. These values must be fitted faithfully into the purpose of life as the keystone is fitted into shape to support the arch. The flaming torch is the emblem of our purpose, to carry onward the searching flame of truth, to lead that others may follow the bright light, to cherish the enduring verities of life, to serve all the purposes symbolized by the torch.
Members of the National Honor Society, parents, guests, and friends, we take great pleasure in presenting these candidates. New members of the Livingston chapter, will each of you come to the table and from these candles of scholarship, character, leadership, and service, make your selection by lighting your own small flame. I will ask Philip Pecker, Deputy of our Society, to read the names of those candidates for whom a petition of admission is being made at this time.
I name the following as fully qualified to uphold the precepts of the Society. Please hold applause until all names are read. Francesca Agnello. Alexa Alchek. Grace Ahn. Michelle Bao. Leila Baruzian. Jen Barron. Leila Baruzian. Michaela Berliner. Bhubi Bhuktani. Kevin Chen. Stanley Chernovsky. Jenna Davis. Michael Drucker. Nicole Fallis. Nina Feinberg. Courtney First. Jordan Gelman. Alexa Gilbert. Joan Gilliland. Benjamin Gilman. Matthew Goldstein. Seth Goldstein. Jenna Heaslip. Elisa Idrobo. Karishma Jagnandan. Joshua Kaltman. Julie Kesselha. Emily Kim. Michael Kim. Julia Collins. Kevin Kwok. Daniel Laidman. Brian Lee. Kenneth Lee. Davey Lee. Dana Levenbeck. Kyle Levy, Brian Lillian, Joseph Lillian, Julia Locke, Sean Liu, Chase Medorsky, Kylie McLaughlin, Jennifer Miller, Grace Ming, Veda Nami, Lauren Naftali, William Nichter, Michael Paisner, Hinal Patel, Kishan Patel, Kevin Peng, Joel Ray, Andrea Rishti, Gabriella Romano, Joshua Shufton, Meredith Seawald, David Choiquet, Sarah Sun, Crystal Song, David Song, Sophia Soroka, Jennifer Sue, Christina Tide, Kevin Tam, Deanna Tran, Christopher Tang, Ria Vetithana, Gregory Baum, Sibo Wang, Zahan Wang, Grant Wu, Tammy Shah, Karen Shu, and Tina Yin.
The ideals of the Honor Society have been explained to you. If you desire to assume the responsibility of upholding these standards, you will now be privileged to pledge yourselves to membership. Incoming deputy, will you administer the oath?
Will you raise your right hand and repeat after me? Hold high the torch.
Hold high the torch.
We did not light its glow.
We did not light its glow.
'Twas given us by other hands.
'Twas given us by other hands.
'Tis only ours to keep
'Tis only ours to keep
it burning bright.
it burning bright.
For there are other feet that we must guide,
For there are other feet that we must guide,
and other forms go marching by our side.
and other forms go marching by our side.
Someday, in turn,
Someday, in turn,
they'll lift it high and say,
they'll lift it high and say,
I watched another carry it this way.
I watched another carry it this way.
You may now blow out your candles and be seated.